Hey guys, welcome to our channel Uniplex. Guys, in today's video, we will be showing 8 terrifying road moments caught on cameras, which have caused significant financial loss to people, and some individuals luckily escaped from nearby deaths. So, without wasting any more time, let's start today's video. On July of 2021 marked a month of celebration in Romania. The country was officially ending its military operations in Afghanistan. What better way to celebrate than with a military parade? In the capital city of Bucharest, a US Black Hawk helicopter was training for the parade when something went terribly wrong. The pilot lost control and was forced to make an emergency landing. In doing so, some unlucky drivers took a few lampposts to the hood. You can see the other choppers flying in formation. They seem to be going just fine. Then you hear the Black Hawk roaring overhead. It appears a few dozen feet over the busy street, way closer than a military-grade helicopter should be. It looks like the sheer force of the rotor blades bends the lampposts like they're made of rubber. Another clip shows the helicopter landing near the Arc de Triomphe, commemorating Romania's victory during the First World War. Thankfully, police cleared traffic as the helicopter came in for an emergency landing. Sedano is a small city in central Venezuela. While most of the population is dedicated to farming and livestock, the real money comes from the diamond mines along the Guayamo River. In June of 2012, while working on a government-sponsored project, some workers were tasked with hauling a 400-ton crane to a construction site. Unfortunately, things didn't go according to plan, especially when they got going downhill. Have you ever seen a 60-wheeler before? Well, you have now. Our worker in red notices a haunting sound coming from the truck. The tires lock up and it begins sliding down the dirt road. He skips over some rocks to warn his colleagues up ahead. Then the truck turns sideways and the crane topples over. Brake failure was to blame for this catastrophic screw-up. The truck driver's first mistake was trying to brake on the hill. Now, everyone knows the Golden Gate Bridge, but our next reckless driver caused a massive traffic jam next door. The San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge, or Bay Bridge for short, carries about 260,000 cars every day. On March 21st of 2021, the driver of a white sedan tried to overtake another driver on the bridge. In doing so, they broke one of the cardinal rules of safe driving: never pass on the right. Our driver's dash cam captures the entire thing. The white sedan loses control on the overtake, slides across 3 lanes, and smashes into the barrier. Somehow, our driver avoids a nasty head-on collision and swerves around the crashed car. Most people picture dry, arid conditions when they think of the Middle East. Countries like Oman, a small nation below Saudi Arabia, can go a long time without rain. In fact, they only get about 100 millimeters, or about 3.9 inches all year. Over 2 days in July of 2022, a year's worth of rain descended on the entire country. About 90 millimeters fell, causing several waterways to overflow and flood the landscape. When the water started coming, dozens of drivers found themselves stranded on a bridge.
راعي لفلون ابوي راعي لفلون اول سيارة محمد يوصل هنا انا مصور فيديو دعموها راعي الجيب راعي الجيب هاي راعي الجيب.
It doesn't help that everyone has the same idea. Traffic moving away from the flood has an easier time escaping. It's the cars that need to back out that wind up causing the traffic jam. Look out quickly, the water envelops the road. It goes from a dry highway to a waterfall in just a few seconds. The drivers in the back clearly have it the worst. At least most of them are in trucks and SUVs. Up front turns into a lawless land of pushing and honking. They can lean on their horns all day long. It won't change anything. Thankfully, all of the cars make it through the flood. We'll call them out of the danger zone once they cross the midpoint. Driving right behind somebody is one of the most dangerous things you can do on the highway. There's a reason they teach 3 car lengths in driver's ed. One tailgater in Northport, Florida learned that lesson the hard way. Pay attention to the black truck and how it narrowly avoids colliding with 4 other cars. It looks like they're getting a little congested up ahead. Funny enough, the radio DJ mentions how traffic is building up on I-75 northbound, the highway our driver is on. Someone in the left lane must have stopped short, causing a chain reaction of cars swerving out of the way. The black truck and its flatbed pull onto the grass to avoid a violent collision. Then the trailer jackknifes, forcing the truck back onto the road. It clips the truck of a black sedan and blocks traffic across 3 lanes. Our driver stops right in front of the flatbed. We watch it pull off the road and onto the other side. We're not sure who was at fault in this accident. Traffic might have been slowing down, but it was flowing smoothly. It looks like the 4 cars in the left lane were tailgating each other. When the driver up front hit the brakes, it caused everyone else to swerve out of the way. Notice how there are 2 cars in the breakdown lane as the truck zips by? On September 7th of 2015, some car enthusiasts in the UAE came across a flooded road. Instead of turning back, they thought it would be a great opportunity to show how powerful their rides were. A Jeep heads out first and easily makes it across the raging water. It's not surprising, as Jeep makes some of the most popular off-roading vehicles in the world. The Nissan Patrol following behind wasn't so lucky. The Jeep backs into the water to rescue the Nissan. We imagine it's much harder to drive backward through a flood than forward. They inch closer and closer to the stranded car. Then, we see a passenger open the rear hatch. That one guy is lucky the flood didn't carry him away. Imagine trying to tie that rope while a bunch of murky water is rushing over you. He finally finds a good spot, and the man in the Jeep secures the rope on his end. He pulls his friend up into the trunk, and they prepare for the next leg of their daring rescue. Funny enough, our drivers were shooting a Nissan sponsor video when it got stuck. It looks like they inadvertently filmed a Jeep promo instead. East Asia is full of scenic landscapes. It's also prone to heavy rain, flash floods, and frequent landslides. But those picture-perfect moments can turn into life-or-death situations in the blink of an eye. According to Reuters, 2020 was an awful monsoon season. Landslides and heavy rain had already caused widespread damage, and they were about to cause a little more. On July 29th of 2020, a tour group turned down a road in Bharatpur, Nepal. They quickly began running in the opposite direction. Rocks roll down the mountain as our tourists flee back across the road. Then, a massive wave of rock and dirt crashes down the valley. Just look at how big some of those boulders are. It looks like our tourists were far enough away to avoid injury. Landslides like this are far too common in the Himalayan region, especially during monsoon season. Guys, remember this clip the next time you find yourself backpacking through the Nepali hills. Always be ready to run. On September 17th of 2017, a powerful storm tore through Romania and parts of Serbia. Winds peaked at 60 miles per hour. The storm downed trees and power lines in Romania, swept across Croatia, and kicked up one nasty dust storm near a Serbian highway. All seemed normal as steady traffic moved down the road. Then debris began flying by and an ominous cloud appeared up ahead. The storm quickly blocked out the sun. All anybody could do was keep driving. Picture this. You're driving down the highway and all you see up ahead is this massive dust storm. You can't turn around and pulling over doesn't look very safe. Meanwhile, the storm keeps getting closer and closer. Things go from bad to worse when you lose sight of the cars ahead of you. Thankfully, their hazard lights cut through the dust. The storm doesn't show any signs of letting up. Thankfully, our driver can see the cars ahead of him. He's probably more worried about someone hitting him from behind. Guys, we have come to the end of the video. Thank you for watching the video for so long patiently. If you enjoy this video, you can like and comment, and if you want to see such strange and interesting videos, you can subscribe to our channel and ring the bell icon next to it. See you in the next video. Until then, stay healthy, stay well. Thank you.